Hey guys, you caught me. Bert here with K's Head Your Way. Got Tom behind the camera. And I'm here in Milledgeville, Georgia today. And we're taking you across this widely abandoned campus, which was what's known as the Georgia Lunatic Asylum. So we're going to basically take you on a tour around, but the first stop we have right here is the Green Building. Now, I'm not colorblind and neither are you. This building don't look green. Well, it's not named because of the color or the grass. It's named because of Thomas F. Green. They used to house schizophrenic, all the schizophrenic patients behind here in this building. Now it's abandoned. You can see it is boarded up, locked tight. No one can get in. Thinking about back in history, if we were to think about how times have changed, how civil rights, women's rights, if you were married to somebody and your wife just started acting up and you didn't want to have to deal with her anymore, you just put her in here. just throw her in the schizophrenic ward, in the green ward.
That's right.
No disrespect, but that's how it was back then. One thing I find interesting is this sentence right here. These patients were likely to never leave. So once you got here, guys, you were here.
Yeah,
You were here.
Guys, that's a scary sentence right there. These patients were likely.
That's the scary
Hey,
part.
now let me ask you something, Bert. Let's say I'm a patient and I'm walking in, okay, and they're transferring me in. Was this sign here that I might likely see this?
No.
That I might not?
They had this blocked out, man.
I got you. Yeah. That sign was there, but that was blocked.
Yeah. They had someone saying, "Just come on, welcome to this house." Don't read this.
That's right. That's right. So let's just go up to the door real quick and pretend you're the patient.
Oh no. Okay.
Pretend you're the patient, and you, at first, you was willing to come here because you needed treatment and help. Yep. But then, give me the all of a sudden, you just find out that if you go in them door, you will never leave.
Yeah, you'd come up, you'd probably be like this. Then all of a sudden, as soon as the doors open, they throw a straitjacket on you.
That's
There you
it.
go.
And that's it.
Oh, and they pull you in.
And you never see the light of day again. But all right,
See the light of day.
let's keep going.
All right, guys, we're at our next stop here. We're at the Walker Building. Now, this was opened in 1884. I can't even imagine how long ago that was. That was a pretty significant amount of time. Okay, so it was built in 84 and opened in 86. And it was originally called the Male Convalescence Building. Guys, write in, what does convalescence mean? I'm sure I could look it up and my mama would spank my hide because I didn't pay attention in English class and don't already know what that word is. But my guess is that it's teenager, young kid, male. And it was also white males. And it was treated, they used this building to treat patients until 1974. So it was open a long time. So this is something that we thought was funny, guys. You look at this building, it's beautiful. But this is one of the first times I've ever seen where they've actually shown, oh, well, this is even low res too, low res image of what decay looks like. Hey guys, if you don't know what decay looks like, here it is.
Yeah.
Here are some dangers now. Let's see.
Let's go with the dangers.
If we've seen any of these before. Ceiling on third floor has fallen through. Have we ever got Nightmare in Bangs, Ohio? We've gotten where there was a whole ceiling and the original abandonment, the ceiling was gone. Home to small mammals, snakes, and insects. Well, we've seen all three.
That's right.
Walls contain mold, yep. Peel and paint, ooh, we love the peel and paint. Algae, yeah, we've seen that. And hazardous materials, man, we've seen all those.
Well,
foliage.
the ghost town, there was some kind of a poison.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The ghost town series.
Yeah. Foliage has grown over large portions of the building. Well, that's not really a danger, but I guess to some people.
Yeah, is this a vegetation?
Yeah, foliage. Yeah. So guys, these are dangerous, but these are all the things that we risk to bring you these buildings, or to bring you the insides of these buildings. Other than that, guys, I mean, look, I love the windows, and almost like that front facade looks like
I like that. Is it like a half an octagon?
Yeah, it looks like it's it looks like a castle almost, and the
Yeah,
windows
it
are
does.
cool. And then up here, guys, we got this one little lonely balcony, which probably wasn't even a balcony. It's probably just for looks. It's very ornate in its appearance. Kind of reminds me of like a New Orleans type.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just going for a closer look, guys.
Well, look right here.
Look. Erected in 1884.
Oh, and here we can give a little piece of a room here.
Snake preview. There you go. If you didn't believe the picture on the front of that board, you can see.
All right, guys.
The Walker building there.
Walker building.
I'm assuming named after somebody Walker.
Somebody, Mr. Walker. And they keep the lawn.
Oh gosh, I'm real dirty.
And you get through with decay. I love the vegetation going on inside the buildings. Oh, and right there, guys, you can see where the roof is giving in.
Yeah.
Look.
Oh, yeah, I can see. You can see it.
Uh-huh.
Hey, remember that time we climbed up a large vine to climb in through a 3rd or 4th story building?
Yeah.
That was in it was in Pennsylvania, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
Gosh,
We went to so
it
many
was some
places.
warehouse.
All right, guys, so let's move on. Thanks.
Guys, we're still on the grounds of Central State Hospital. Right here, we're at Cedar Lane Cemetery. Now, this wasn't always a cemetery. This was a national historic places landmark. And if you come with me, we'll show you a little bit more about what they're talking about here, and we'll take you to it. Come on. So you can see here, guys, placed on the National Register of Historic Places. Look at these gates. They installed these gates. I wish they made the noise though. You know,
They're not rusted enough.
they're not rusted enough. Come on, guys. So basically, the story is that in '97, this all came to fruition. They realized that 25,000 bodies were unaccounted for, people that passed away, and no one claimed them here on the grounds. So they put 25,000, I guess it's 25,000, these markers here. And now
That sounds like a lot. 25,000
Yeah.
on it.
Now you think about it. Now how could they put 25,000 bodies here? Well, guys, there's not bodies here. These are the numbers for the patients that weren't accounted for. Patient, I'm guessing 2629, 2884, that no one really claimed them. And back then, they don't have a record system as well as we do now. Nothing was really digital. So I can see how things would get lost or misplaced, but you can see here it's a kind of a very eerie look to it.
This is eerie.
It makes me think of
Silent Hill or something.
yeah, like a bunch of ice picks or pins stuck in
Now,
the ground.
We won't take time to go all these, but I've noticed some of these older ones. Let's just check that white one out there if you want to.
Oh yeah.
All right.
We are here at one of the gravestones. Looks like this is a very, very old gravestone. Henry Moseley, born on March 21st, 1827 and died in 1904.
So how he would be around 70 something.
He would be 77
Gotcha.
when he died.
Well, we just wanted to look at that one just to kind of get an idea. Guys, there are some more gravestones as you can see
Yeah,
here.
you can see they kind of go back
Mhm.
randomly. So I guess this was a burial ground before.
It is. I've walked way back in there, and and they're random.
Where's the statue? That bronze, the angel. They said that they installed a bronze angel to kind of watch over the cemetery.
Must be back in there somewhere then. All right. Well, let's take the tour.
Guys, over here at the Scott State's Prison Holly building. All right, now this was once a separate entity, and now it has it was a separate entity for a while, and then it became engulfed or phagocytized by the Georgia Central State Prison. I guess it kind of took it under its wing and became a whole one entire thing.
Right. I think it was a separate. It was just my dad worked for this prison.
So you can see it says back there, Scott State Prison, guys. Look at all that chain link, man. That's crazy. Look at all that.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like if a prison was still in operation. Like
Yeah,
that.
you could just use that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody jumping over that. You come down with your britches ripped in half. Guys, imagine you were a prisoner the Ingram building here in Central State Hospital. You are tired of being locked up. You are tired of eating crappy food for days.
Porridge.
Anything. You're tired of sleeping on boards. You're like, I'm breaking out of this place. So you say, well, what can I do? Well, I'm gonna have to climb over. But man, look at all this barbed wire fence. There's a lot of barbed wire. I might come down with a split in my pants. I might get caught in my legs, tear up my legs bloody, and oh, that would hurt. You say, what can I do? Well, I can grab some of the few sheets that I have, blankets, pillowcases, throw them over. And a lot of these guys, when they escape, they throw their blankets and sheets so they would kind of put a kind of contact layer between them and the barbed wire and make them maybe have a less chance of getting injured. So sometimes you'll see at old prisons, you'll see blankets and stuff still thrown on top of it. It's probably because
That's right.
trespassers trying to break in, they use some of those old methods.
Hey, that's one thing we ain't gonna do either.
No, we're not jumping. And that one's just open, just begging you to come in.
That is open, isn't it?
Yeah, just wide open.
I guess they can leave it open because they know, hey, nobody's getting through that.
Nobody's getting through that. I don't think I'd chance that. Now the only way I would climb up that is I would shimmy that pole right there. See that?
Yeah.
And then I'd drop down. But ooh, even that I'd have to.
Look, they got some at the bottom too. What was the bottom, you
Ooh,
think?
so that's if you made it over, or if you try to climb up from the inside, that you'd have to kind of jump
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
then climb up.
Oh, and you couldn't even climb up.
What they should do if they really wanted to be effective is lay barbed wire this kind, like maybe 4 or 5 feet out, so that if you tried to jump in or jump out, you couldn't even reach it.
Well, it's interesting you say that here.
All right, what were you saying, Tom?
It's interesting that you say that. This is the older style. The newer style prisons has this up, but then maybe about 10 feet out, they've got a regular fence, which is probably 8 feet tall. And so between this fence and this fence, they lay some gravel. And that may be where the guards walk.
Kind of like in The Walking Dead, how they in the prison they had that little halfway in between. There was a fence within a fence.
Oh, did they have that?
I
at the
think
Walking
so,
Dead?
yeah.
Well, they could watch our Walking Dead videos if they're interested in it.
Hey guys, click right here. Guys, here's another building on campus. We don't really know much about what it is, other than it's named John Brantley Building, but look how beautiful it is.
And then this one. This was an auditorium, because it says auditorium. It don't have a name of it.
Auditorium.
Yeah, they couldn't think of who to name this after, so they just said, well, for right now we'll call it the auditorium.
They said, we ran out of important people to name stuff after, so.
Let's keep taking them on the tour. I think the Jones Building's coming up.
Guys, what once was what we consider a hustling and bustling area of town is now filled with sounds of wind blowing trees, branches, crows calling, and a very still silence. Guys, we are at Central State Hospital. Behind me is the Jones Building. Now, this is the one of the main hospital buildings at Central State, and what you can see here is up at the top you see that very ornate Georgia arch, and behind me everything's boarded up. There's a couple open windows, but this used to be a general hospital, and they perform surgery, treating everything from the common cold to surgical procedures.
That's right, Bert.
And
I hear some slamming.
yeah,
What's going on?
And these people are about to break in. I'm just kidding.
We'll film them, put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
You ever heard of YouTube?
So guys, obviously no trespassing here. This is maybe one of the most recognizable buildings at Central State. That is because it is known as a haunted. I guess there's been reports. Have they done ghost hunters or ghost whisperers?
Yeah, and they did one of the Vampire Diary episodes here.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks like there's been multiple cases of where they've documented hauntings and things like that.
You believe in ghosts, Bert?
Yeah, I guess.